What's going on, everybody? It's Jace, here for week 1 of the VBL-S, taking on Sucaba. Always an extremely threatening opponent. I don't think we've ever played in VBL-S proper, but multi-time champion or finalist. Went from his first season with a very silly, goofy draft with 6 Pokemon to one of the absolute biggest threats. What a beautiful VBL-S Cinderella story. Absolute phenomenal guy. Let's get into the team matchup. All right. He's got a scary team. Gouging Fire, big pick. Notably, 4X resists fire, meaning a Torkoal Eruption kind of thing. Probably wouldn't look too good. And then Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl with the Light Screen, Reflect, Parting Shot, Fake Out, really just allowing the team to survive a lot of hits they shouldn't. So, gonna have to be prepared right away for that. If he's Thunder Wave, we do have the RHYDON Lightning Rod, which, spoiler, we are bringing this week, but he could also be Scary Face for speed control. He does have another fast mode speed control option in the Articuno, although the Tailwind Setter is not that fast and could potentially die to a double up without a Terra. Or even the Gengar Icy Wind. And I think Gengar certainly comes, and that could certainly be a set. His Trick Room is largely based on the Vikavolt and Glastrier core, and only one of them can Terra, so a Torkoal Fire move would certainly be good into those two, but if I do see them, I'm expecting them both, really, to be fire-resistant Terras, probably Terra Water on the Glastrier, and probably Terra Electric, maybe, on the Vikavolt. So that's pretty scary. Should definitely have some counters to Terra Water. And now that I think about it, I took off Venusaur's grass move. Do I want to put it back on? Interesting. This week I have not had a lot of time to prep. We're playing on Thursday. I think this is going to be a pretty busy season. So we're hoping that I'll be able to put in some time to prep and win some games, but we'll just have to see. Gengar got the Shadow Balls. So my team only has one resistance to that in the Alolan Muck, which if he doesn't expect it to come, then Gengar could be pretty scary. Although, of course, I am going to bring it for that, for the Galarian Articuno, for the Grimmsnarl, and even for knockoff onto stuff like the Eviolite Duraludon. This is the 6 we're bringing. Torkoal, Wake, Venusaur, Muck, Mimikyu, and RHYDON. Leaving Hariyama at home this week. Leaving Rotom Fan at home as well. And also leaving Blossom and Cottony, which means none of our ground resists are here. So if this is a Terra Ground, Earthquake, or High Horsepower Glastrier, that could be a problem. But yeah, you can see we're very clearly going for a dual speed mode. We've kind of got 4 Trick Room pieces and 2 fast mode pieces, but obviously Torkoal still comes with the fast mode. And Mimikyu can also do a kind of mid-game Trick Room to work out the positioning better. Walking Jake is leading off the team here. We've got Clear Amulet so that I can't get Parting Shotted by the Grimmsnarl or Icy Winded by the Gengar. I am Timid so that in the sun I will be able to outspeed the Gengar. We got Terra Water. Sucaba's only way to hit Terra Water would be with an Electric-type move, which would be redirected by the RHYDON Lightning Rod, who I do intend to bring. So a Terra Water without a Grass-type on his team is going to be really hard for him to take out. Max Special Attack, Max Speed is what we need to do the most amount of damage, which is what I need for a Terra Water Helping Hand Sun-boosted Hydro Steam to kill a Gouging Fire. As long as the Gouging Fire isn't a type that resists water, we should be good. And I expect it to be something that is at least neutral to or more likely resisting the Dragon move, which would also kill the Gouging Fire. So Wake's in a good spot here. That Hydro Steam is really super effective against everything except the Quaquaval and the Duraludon. Duraludon has low special defense, so should be taken out by a Draco. And the Quaquaval, I think, has a pretty terrible matchup here, although it also gets hit neutrally by the Draco. We're running Substitute in case we end up in a Trick Room sort of situation where we need to be stalling out turns. Will also protect us from a future Fake Out or Thunder Wave from the Grimmsnarl. It's really just move number 4. Absolutely could be Dragon Pulse here. Maybe I'm setting myself up for failure here, but I'm going to try Substitute. A little bit of fun, funky, fresh tech to see if it works out. This is going to be an experimental game, I think. Sucaba's got a really scary team. I'm going for mostly standard stuff with a little bit of fun flair in there. Just seeing, you know, how do I work with a dual speed Tailwind Trick Room kind of team. RHYDON is number 2. He's coming week 1. Terra Water with the rock and ground coverage is amazing. Once again, can only be hit by a grass type move, and Sucaba doesn't really have a grass type move on his team. Terra Grass doesn't really make a lot of sense versus a Torkoal and a Walking Wake that could have Flamethrower. Rock and Ground hits pretty much everything on the team except for, once again, the Quaquaval, which we hit with the Supercell Slam. Hits both of Gouging Fire's weaknesses that the Fire type gives it with Rock and Ground, which is obviously redundant, but just very good coverage overall. You'll notice we have Protect on every other Pokemon on the team so that I can click Earthquake. We've got Swords Dance on this RHYDON because Sucaba has the Parting Shot, he has the screens, and if he goes for kind of Protect and bulk plans, we can just set up Swords Dance and go to town. I could absolutely lead RHYDON and Mimikyu, Terra Water, Swords Dance, and set up Trick Room, and then just immediately go for some sweeps. Notably, he only does have the one water type, so I don't even necessarily have to Terra this Mon. Its biggest threat is actually, I would say, not Quaquaval, since Quaquaval is threatened a lot by the Venusaur, and by the Wake, and by Sun weakening the water moves. The biggest threat is actually the Flash Cannon from the Duraludon, which is why Terra Water also is going to let us resist the Quaquaval and the Duraludon Steel move. Moving on to Torkyle, obviously this guy's probably coming to every game. We're doing a mixed offensive and supportive Torkoal with just Citrus Berry for a little bit more longevity. Naturally, having good defensive bulk makes it good into the Grimmsnarl, into the Gouging Fire if they want to be offensive. Obviously, good into the Quaquaval as well. We've got Helping Hand, actually, for a potential Wake, Helping Hand, Terra Water shenanigans. Heat Wave to do just big fire damage, and Earth Power is how we're going to be able to hit the Gouging Fire. Ground plus Fire is going to hit everything for neutral. This Earth Power not going to be super strong, even though we do have max special attack, but it is going to complement the Fire stab well. Lastly, Flying type Terra is going to let us Earthquake with RHYDON. I can just Helping Hand Earthquake if I'm Terra Flying, and also if I do face a Terra Ground, that will be really helpful. This could have been Terra Fire, but reasonably Torkoal is not Terra-ing that often. It's usually going to be the Terra Water options, Wake or RHYDON, so that's that. Mimikyu, obviously we're doing Trick Room, so Mental Herb for the Grimmsnarl Taunt. Trick Room, Shadow Sneak, Play Rough, Protect. Definitely wanted to fit Swords Dance on here. Shadow Sneak and Play Rough, though, are really good damage. The team only really has... I don't have it in front of me. I don't think they have a single Fairy Resist. They definitely do. Swalot. Swalot, Gouging Fire. Yeah, I think it's just the Swalot. So, Play Rough is very solid. And then Shadow Sneak is good priority. Good to break a Sash on the Gengar. Or just, like, do 50% to the Gengar if I'm in a situation like that. Once again, really basic EV spread. We'll see if I do more complex EV spreads in the future, but for now, we're just going with this kind of thing. Venusaur, baby! Sucaba only has one grass immunity in the Zebstrika with Sapsiper. If I see that, this Venusaur can still do Terra Ground Earth Power. If we see the Grimmsnarl, it could certainly taunt Venusaur to cover for Sleep Powder, but we have Sludge Bomb into that. Focus Sash for the Gouging Fire, of course. This speed lets us outspeed a +1 Jolly Gouging Fire with the Sun attack boost, or a Jolly Gouging Fire with the speed boost from Sun. So either Dragon Dance or from Photosynthesis. Sleep Powder has only the one immunity, and I don't think Terra Grass is very likely into my team, given that I have the Torkoal and the Wake, so... Sleep Powder's looking pretty good. Now, will he bring Goggles is a question, and one that I leave for Game 2. I think Venusaur is definitely going to be better in follow-up games when I know what Pokemon have Protect, what Pokemon have potential Goggles, what Pokemon have revealed their items. Although I think this is going to be mod number 6, because Sleep Powder is pretty inconsistent. And Alan Muck. We're rocking with the Stellar Terra type. I almost ran the Stellar Terra Blast to hit other Terran Pokemon before I realized that it does drop your offenses, which doesn't seem great. Brick Break instead for the screens. Gluttony, Iapapa, just to be basically a slightly better Citrus Berry Could be Poison Touch, but we're using Gunk Shot a lot. That doesn't make contact, which is great for targeting a Burning Bulwark on the Gouging Fire. Knockoff is great into the Gengar and the Galarian Articuno. And that is the team. We're going to exit out of that, pull up our team builder, there we are, and get in touch with Sucaba. Ready. I think it's Sucaba. Find a user, Sucaba? Is it just Sucaba? I've played him before. Is it just Sucaba? No, it can't be. We're going to the VBL doc. Guys, I've been updating the doc. I'm really happy with it this season. You guys liking these gouging, raging, boulder tabs? This will be the first game from the gouging division, I believe. Yeah. Let's see. You guys think Duraludon's gonna come? Sucaba VGC. I think Duraludon's gonna come, and I think it's gonna be a menace. Reg F, best of 3, versus Sucaba. Here we go. Let's see what he brings. Swalot? Do we see the Swalot? I think it's possible. Very, very possible. We have the Earthquake on RHYDON for that. No Swalot. Grimmsnarl. All right. Good luck. Have fun. Obviously, we see the Gouging Fire, the Glastrier. No Vikavolt. Nice. We see the Quaquaval. Interesting. Who are we lacking here? No Duraludon, huh? No Duraludon. And then no Zebstrika and no Vikavolt. Other than that, it's top 5. Yep, I think we're ripping the top tier stuff here. Okay, no Duraludon is nice. It's nice for RHYDON. It's just going to be the Quaquaval to hit that. So he does bring the Water type. Interesting. Kind of regretting not having the Grass move on Venusaur. But we have Supercell Slam for that. I think off lead, we just want to go for Torkoal Wake, because that's just going to put on the most pressure. This team looks almost Trick Room, although I think it is going to be Tailwind. Can Walking Wake in Sun kill this Articuno with Hydro Steam, with Terra Water? That would be a super bulky version. Oh, could be a super bulky version. 252. In Sun? No, it cannot. Draco would not kill either. But Helping Hand would. But if it's Fake Out Tailwind, then that's fine. I think we do want that lead. We want Mimikyu in the back. As the last Mon, we want Muck for the Gengar and this guy and this guy. Muck looks just like really good as an anti-meta thing, but struggles with the Gouging Fire, whereas RHYDON is going to be much better into the Gouging Fire and the Glastrier. I think we want RHYDON up front. Good luck, have da fun, he says. Guys, week 1. This is exciting. Leaving the Muck and the Venusaur behind, so potentially making myself weak to the Grimmsnarl, but we do have the Play Rough with Mimikyu. Expecting Grimmsnarl lead. I wonder if Sucaba puts his Mons in order for any particular reason. Hoping that the Venusaur scares off the Quaquaval. This is very much a mixed speed game plan. We're going to go fast off rip because my fast mode outspeeds his fast mode, and then I can easily pivot in the Mimikyu mid-game to set up a Trick Room. VGC is hard, man. Definitely did not spend enough time with this team to put together a proper game plan. Did not get a lot of help with this one either, kind of just threw it on, and it's game time, baby. There he is. We get our Drought boost, we get our Proto boost. He's going to be Proto Defense. Very interesting. Okay. Do we expect to see a Fake Out plus Dragon Dance here? I think Torkoal is okay to fire off an Earth Power, and I think we should protect here. I think if there is going to be a Fake Out, it's much more likely to be into the Walking Wake from the Torkoal. Need to protect Walking Wake regardless. Earth Power will be pretty solid here. Proto Defense is very interesting. What does that mean about this? Actually, are we going to have to rip out the regular damage calc? I think we are. Calc.pokemonshowdown.com. Gouging Fire. How much attack can you have if you're Proto Defense? That's so interesting. You can't be Adamant, which is good to know. I think we're going to go for that. Could also go for the Double Protect or the Heat Wave, but I think I have to play around the possible Fake Out, Protect, Light Screen. Howl. Ooh! So he's Howl. Very interesting. So, we see a Light Screen here. Makes sense. He will not be able to weaken my Walking Wake with a Parting Shot. No Fake Out. I'm expecting then that there isn't a Fake Out here on this set. Light Screen was expected. The Light Screen is up. Draco Meteor will obviously kill this Gouging Fire, but he can Terra into something that would resist it. Let's say, just for the sake of argument, that it's Terra normal. Draco would do that much. Hydro Steam does just a little bit less, but if I Terra Water to resist a Dragon move and get a Helping Hand boost, that should be enough to clear it. We're going to go with that. Terra Water, Hydro Steam, full send. Do we see the Burning Bulwark? We do not. And that is one dead Gouging Fire. Nice. Spirit Break. Not going to affect me because of the Clear Amulet, but does get a 2-hit KO, which stinks. And now he knows that I have the Clear Amulet. That's tough. I think here I have the speed advantage. I can probably just rip the Hydro Steam into the Grimmsnarl. Would I rather rip it into the Kuno? That's the question. Or do I want to protect and go for a Heat Wave? I think realistically, my best play is to just get some damage off on the Grim. And then I'm fine with Wake going down because we have Mimikyu in the back for Trick Room. Let's go for a Helping Hand, Hydro Steam onto the Grimmsnarl, I think. That's better than the Draco into this. Yeah. Don't want to weaken myself. Sorry. Yeah. Definitely is going to live this, but I'm okay with that. Would I rather go for Heat Wave, actually? Would it be better to go for Heat Wave? How much is Heat Wave doing? It's doing 25 to this Grim. So 25, and then 25 to both. Versus 44 turns into 67. So that's like a 20% increase with Helping Hand. No, not 20%. 20% of Grimmsnarl's health, which is a 50% increase on the Walking Wake. I think I would rather just go for the Heat Wave and the Hydro Steam, right? Yeah, Hydro Steam comes out, 51. Tailwind makes sense. Spirit Break is going to kill Walking Wake. Totally fine with that. We get off Heat Wave. Any burns? Nope. Let's see. Grip Hook, 28 to Grip Hook. So that Hydro Steam did 50. I don't think we ever kill there. Let's say we're Terra Water in the sun with Helping Hand. Even if that's 0, we never kill. And he's got some bulk. Yeah, I think that was the play. Let's bring out Mimikyu. Our next Heat Wave is going to kill the Grim. And I don't... Let's see. / learn Articuno Galar. Taunt. You can't taunt me. I have the Mental Herb. Do I want to just Shadow Sneak into the Articuno? Shadow Sneak does 30? Probably what I'm clicking anyways. I don't think you can double into Torkoal to kill. Clicking Trick Room is so good here, but I have to imagine that Sucaba has a plan for that. And if Glastrier is in the back, that would be pretty tough. And you haven't Terra'd yet, so maybe you're saving the Terra for the Glastrier in the back. Is Glastrier going to be able to clean up here? Perhaps. Especially, actually, if I if I set up the Trick Room, because it is slower than my RHYDON and my Mimikyu. So maybe it's better to just go for the Sneak. However, if it's not Glastrier, Trick Room is better. If it's Quaquaval or Gengar. Well, we do have the Torkoal. I think it's better to just go for the Sneak here, actually. Because I think this could very likely be some sort of plan to prevent the Trick Room, right? So this is Heat Wave. Could take a Freezing Glare here. Probably will. Do we go for the Shadow Sneak on Kuno? Do we go for the Play Rough on Grim and try to get off a single target? Heat Wave? That does more damage. No. I think we are going to hope that the Heat Wave hits and kills the Grim and go for a Play Rough or Shadow Sneak. Let's do Play Rough. Air Slash breaks the disguise. Ah, going for flinches, I see. And then Spirit Break onto Torkoal. Ah, okay. So he does live. Do we flinch? We do flinch. That's tough. Crit? Okay. That kind of balances things out a little bit. We can go for a Shadow Sneak on Grim and Heat Wave here. Is that the play? I think so. I think picking off this Grim would be nice. That flinch was tough. No apology from Sucaba. Interesting. Sneak into that. And Heat Wave? Do I want to just switch out into RHYDON? Maybe. Then I can get the sun back up with Torkoal. That seems useful, actually. Let's switch in RHYDON and sneak the Grim. Is that a misplay? Hard to say. I do get my Torkoal at its full HP and also will prevent my RHYDON from getting one KO'd by a water move with the sun up. I think the sun's pretty important, so that's going to be the play. We also have RHYDON pretty well positioned. And we'll see who the last guy is. I wonder what Sucaba goes for here. No protects that we've seen yet. That howl's pretty scary. Definitely want to get rid of this Grim. Is there a chance of Grim switching out or going for the parting shot? Possibly. Seems rather unlikely. Ah, stalling out the light screen is nice. I could go for Protect on Torkoal. No. This... Aha! He went for Sucker Punch on the Torkoal slot. Interesting. And Freezing Glare comes out. And it is Glastrier. Excellent. Okay. So, Glastrier versus RHYDON. Icicle Crash. Max Brave. Not going to do that much. If it's Terra Water, Terra Blast, that would be scary. Do we always switch in Torkoal here? Into the potential Ice move? Or do we want RHYDON in position? Rock Slide here is super scary. Let's see, does Mimikyu kill Articuno with Shadow Sneak? Maybe. That's if it's super bulky, so it should. Let's go for Rock Slide and Shadow Sneak. I think we should have this wrapped up. No, it's way too early to say that. We still have Torkoal. Not going for Trick Room there, I think, was pretty clever. Ah, I forgot they do have the turn of Tailwind. I could have used that to get a Swords Dance off with the RHYDON. But let's see what this Glastrier goes for in terms of Terra. Maybe Terra Water? I think Terra Water is rather likely. And is the Torkoal RHYDON team going to be able to take care of this Glastrier? This back Glastrier. Glastier's probably going to get a... Is Glastrier about to get attack boost off from killing Mimikyu. Do we want to set up the Swords Dance with RHYDON? If I go Torkoal, I don't give it the attack boost. And I still get the kill on Articuno. And Mimikyu is definitely outspeeding the Glastrier. Maybe I should protect with Mimikyu. That seems better. RHYDON versus a potential Terra Articuno. Rock Slide is still doing a ton. If it's not super bulky, Rock Slide could just KO it. I think we protect Mimikyu, actually. Can Glastrier kill my RHYDON with the Icicle Crash? The answer is no, right? Let's actually protect the Mimikyu. I think that's better. I think this Glastrier is going to be wanting to go for the kill on the Mimikyu. Now, if this is... I don't think it could be Terra Ice on the Glastrier. Terra Water, Terra Blast would be really bad. Do we think Terra Water, Terra Blast could come out? If it's Terra Water, Terra Blast, that would kill the RHYDON. Get an attack boost. And then I lose. So maybe it is switching the Torkoal. I don't think... It could be Earthquake. I think we say, you know what, if you're Terra Water, Terra Blast, well played, well prepped. It's Terra Water on the Articuno, who goes for the Freezing Glare, and the Icicle Crash hits into the Mimikyu. Excellent. Rock Slide misses the Articuno. Brutal. No weakness policy. Okay, we're faster. Man. Getting a bit unlucky here, actually, with the Air Slash Flinch and the Rock Slide miss. That's really tough. Okay. That Freezing Glare is not going to be a KO on RHYDON. Could have actually gone for Earthquake there. We have Shadow Sneak on Articuno. I'm not going to do that much. But he can double up into RHYDON. Do we ever go for Shadow Sneak? Shadow Sneak should be a 2-hit KO. Seems hardly worth it. I think we have to go for a kill with Mimikyu. Play Rough would do it. Let's see, how much did Rock Slide do to this Glastrier? Did 43. Okay, how much would Play Rough do? Would not even be a 2-hit KO. But Torkoal should be able to win this endgame versus Glastrier. I think we're just going to go for the Play Rough on the Articuno. And do I want to go for Earthquake? I think we definitely want to go for Rock Slide and Play Rough on the Articuno. Tailwind plus the Icicle Crash could be scary. Perhaps. He definitely has the Tailwind option here. Tailwind plus Icicle Crash. Freezing Glare. Okay. We're going to live the... Ah, we're faster. We have flinch chances, and I think that should seal up the game. And we get the flinch. Ah, sorry. Balances out. I'm not going to say balances out. And I think we don't want to risk the Rock Slide. Do we want to reveal that we have Earthquake? No. Let's go for Rock Slide and see if we have any information here. Earth Power. GG. Cool. We win game 1. That was definitely hairy, and it is Terra Water on the Articuno without Terra Blast, which is very nice. If this had Terra Blast, that would have been really, really good for him. Okay, we win game 1. What do we know? Freezing Glare, Air Slash Tailwind, very traditional Terra Water Articuno. Icicle Crash on the Glastrier. Outspeeds RHYDON and Tailwind, not surprising. Howl, Gouging Fire. Light Screen, Spirit Break, Sucker Punch, Grim Snarl. That light screen did last 5 turns, so it's not light clay or anything like that. Spirit Break, Sucker Punch. Is there anything on my team that... We're just hopping all over the place, huh? Let's see. Spirit Break, Sucker Punch is fine into everything. Sucker Punch is really interesting. Is there a weakness policy on this Articuno? I don't think so. Walking Wake feels good. That was a neutral Hydro Steam into the Gouging Fire. I think Terra Water RHYDON is looking very nice. I think I want to save my Terra for RHYDON. So let's go Mimikyu. Is it Mimikyu Torkoal or is it Mimikyu RHYDON? I think it is Mimikyu RHYDON. Just right off the bat. Or is it Mimikyu something else? Do we want the Alolan Muck? I don't know. Howl, Gouging Fire, something I did not account for as much in prep as I should have. As that's obviously a really good set on that Mon. But Fizdef is good. I think I want to just go for this. Off rip, cover for a Reflect. Torkoal in Trick Room. Is it better than Alan Muck? Knockoff, Gunk Shot. Unsure. I think we want Torkoal and Walking Wake in the back. Sucaba's only play against Trick Room was to go for the 30% Air Slash. So I think we're going to go for that. We could definitely see a Terra Water RHYDON, but a Terra Water Glastrier, but my Terra Water RHYDON with Supercell Slam should be good into that kind of Glastrier. We didn't see a single Protect on his team, huh? Not a single one. He never got off the boost with Glastrier. Can I learn anything about the Glastrier from how much damage we did to it? 0 lost. Are we in the game? We are. Haha! We're in the game. Articuno, Grim. Trick Room? This could be a taunt. Do you have enough move slots for Imprison Trick Room? Nope. Okay, nice. I think this is just going to be Swords Dance. Yeah. Trick Room and Swords Dance. Do I want to go for the... Now, let's see. Slash Learn... Grimmsnarl, Power Whip. How much did Freezing Glare do? Freezing Glare. Did 48 to RHYDONald, which is a lot. Yep, Trick Room, Swords Dance, Parting Shot on RHYDON. Okay, no Reflect. We know the last move. Quaquaval. Air Slash. Do we see a flinch? Let's see. We're now at +1. No flinch. Excellent. Definitely going to want a Terra Water here. I don't think we need to risk the Supercell Slam. We're at +1. I think we could see Terra Water come out. That's Terra Ground. Terra Water we want to look at. But of course, Rock Slide doesn't do much to the Quaquaval. Ah, we can't go for Earthquake. We could go for the Supercell Slam right into the Articuno. Air Slash, Tailwind, Freezing Glare. Could be Protect in the last slot. I think we want to go for a safe play. Is it Protect and Earthquake? No. I think it's going to be just a regular old Rock Slide, and then we're going to play rough this, and we're going to Terra Water and Rock Slide. Let's see. No Protect. No Protect is shocking. We get a play rough. Do we kill? Thank you, Mimikyu. And he reverses the Trick Room, of course. That makes total sense. Well, we got a kill. And we've only lost a few percent on Mimikyu. We got off huge damage on Empress of Light as well. It must be Covert Cloak on Empress of Light for Rock Slide not to KO. Could be. Do we know the item on anything? No. 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 We know 0 items. He's in a tricky spot, though. Gouging Fire. Okay. Obviously, Rock Slide is very good here. I think we want to protect here. I don't think you can kill me. I think I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide. How does this get punished? I mean, Freezing Glare, Air Slash, yeah. Breaking Swipe, weakens me, but this is still a very strong Rock Slide. Huge damage, doesn't quite kill, but we do have Sneak to finish it off. And I think we can honestly go for Swords Dance here. Gouging Fire is support here, so we're just going to go for SD. Keep up the pressure. No Protect here. Don't want to deal with Air Slash crits. Is that too obvious? It's Grimmsnarl in the back. I don't think Articuno switches out to Grimmsnarl, but it's possible. Certainly is possible. Now I'm letting him howl himself. Maybe I should just go for Trick Room. Gouging Fire versus Mimikyu. Heat Crash would kill. Yeah, we're dead to a double up, so I think we just go for the Sneak. Now, do I want to go for a regular old Swords Dance, or do I need to keep up the pressure and Rock Slide? Well, Rock Slide could do huge damage to Pyro. We're up. We're up. If I go for Swords Dance with RHYDON, that covers for a Breaking Swipe, but then we're slow versus the Grimm. No, I think we stick with it. Grimmsnarl switches in, as expected. Let's see. Heat Crash, doesn't kill, could have gone for Trick Room, but we get off an SD. I think we'll Protect and Rock Slide here. Let's Protect an Earthquake. Gouging Fire isn't going to kill me. Best shot here is the Parting Shot into the RHYDON. Looks like this was a great lead. Feeling good about the team. Mimikyu RHYDON, no Sun Up. As expected, that Heat Crash came out, so Trick Room would have been super duper duper nice. But hey, can't always make the play. We're up though. We're definitely up. We're definitely in a good spot. +2 Earthquake. I mean, this is probably enough to... Doesn't quite kill the Gouging Fire, does it? But I think Protect is better with Mimikyu. Shadow Sneak is so good. So good just to have a priority move to pick off stuff like 1% live Articuno. Protect. Let's see what you got. Sucker Punch. Awesome. Howl. Okay. Do we kill? We do indeed. Wow. Excellent. Shadow Sneak should always have it locked up. GG. Sure, we can reveal the Supercell Slam. That's silly. Mimikyu RHYDON off rip. Okay. Our first week, Sucaba an extremely scary opponent, and we managed to squeak out a 2-0 win. That second game felt really, really nice. Swords Dance, Terra Water, RHYDON! Yes! Oh, how exciting! Oh. VGC, man. Never know what's going to happen. We never saw a Burning Bulwark came out, but that's the benefit of Rock Slide and Earthquake here. All right. Good games. See you all next week.